Hey guys, in today's video we're gonna go through, in my opinion, which are the three types of traders who should not go for a prop firm, at least right now. So let's dive into it real quick. The first one, I have some notes here just to help me throughout the video. First one, the trader or someone that don't have any proven data in the markets. Someone that, for example, decided to avoid backtesting since the beginning. Someone that never backtest, never knows how his data or her data works through long periods of time, and someone that just decide to just trade live for forward test and based everything on live markets. Because at the beginning, for example, when I was trading, I just decided, or I thought, based on a mentor that I had at that moment, that trading can be approached based on how you forward test the market. So how you go into the markets every single day in the live markets and you just test. Then you journal what you saw on your live session, and then you start making assumptions based on what's happening every single day. The biggest mistake here is that usually we make and we jump into conclusions very fast, because at the end, for example, if you're trading New York session, so you need to sit looking at the screens for 3 hours, and then you can immediately make assumptions based on just 1 day price action. Or for example, then the next day you come, same thing happens. So for example, the same trade or the same setup lost, then there's right now 2 days where you lost with the same setup. Then you're making assumptions that the setup doesn't work. You journal, then you say in your journal, this specific setup doesn't work, whatever. And then imagine that the third day the same thing happens, the same setup doesn't work. Then you immediately jump into conclusions. You think that that setup is invalid and that you're trading wrong, when in the reality, for example, that setup might be able to work, might be or might have an edge in the long run. It's just that you haven't tested that thoroughly and you're focusing on small sample sizes. That's why, in my opinion, it's super important for you guys to focus on backtesting first, focus on building profitable data. It's not just building big sample size and just journaling every single thing in your journal. It's actually building a profitable edge with profitable results. That's first thing and number one. The second one, it's very important for you guys to understand that prop firms have strict rules. So if you're not able to stick to your trading rules of your system, in my opinion, just avoid prop firms. Because if you're not able to, for example, if your trading plan says only 1 trade per day and you can't handle that and you overtrade every single time, or for example, if your plan says do not exceed this maximum lot size or only enter in the 75% fib, and you're doing the opposite when you're live trading, then prop firms are not for you, because they have strict rules, and those strict rules are important for you to actually make profit in the long run with them. Because if you break the rules, you breach the account, and that's how you, first of all, don't pass challenges. Or if you have funded accounts, that's how you blow your funded accounts. So imagine, for example, blowing a 100K challenge, 100K funded account, sorry. That's of course painful. No one likes that. And there's two scenarios. If you blew it because you respected your plan and your edge wasn't working, that's fine, that's normal. But the other way around, and actually the negative side, it's when you blow your account because you disrespected your plan and rules. And we don't want that to happen, because we need, and in my opinion, you need to be careful with your money. And if you're not able to follow rules, then it's time for you to work on yourself before basically blowing your money into prop firms. The third and most important one, well, it's not the most important one, but it's extremely important, is you shouldn't be approaching prop firms if you're chasing money. Because at the beginning, when, for example, I was trading, I wanted to start building my prop firm capital because I knew that it was basically possible to make huge amounts of money. And that's true. That's 100% true. And this is actually one of the best ways to scale money fast, because at the end, what prop firms are doing, it's helping us traders with low capital to increase our capital exponentially if we know what we're doing. Because at the end, the ROI, the return of investment, is super high. If you, buy a 100K challenge for 450 or 500 USD, and then you're able to withdraw 3% profit, then you get back your investment plus a lot of profit. And that's how you start scaling. And of course, that sounds amazing. That sounds beautiful for us when we start going into this business. But if you build a short-term mentality and you want everything fast gratification and everything, this is gonna affect negatively your trading. And this is super important because at the end, markets and trading, it's not perfect. You're gonna lose, you're gonna have losing periods, and if you're not capable of sustaining and maintaining your edge while you're having losing periods in the markets, you shouldn't be approaching this because you're gonna lose. Blowing accounts is possible. It's easy. If, for example, you're having losing periods, big losing streaks, and you're risking 1%, you can blow the account, that's for sure. So you need to build that mentality. You need to build that long-term vision and understanding that if you're gonna work hard to get your first pro firm challenge, the idea is to keep that challenge and that funded account for you for the long run. Not going to a funded account and immediately over leveraging and, for example, risking 4% on a trade immediately. No, the idea is to risk less than you're actually risking on your challenges to be able to build some profit and be able to consistently withdraw with your pro firms. Let's say, for example, if you're having a stable job, at the end you're getting a salary, a consistent salary every single month. You can make that possible with trading if you're able to get funded with different accounts and approach trading with less risk and obtaining and like targeting a low profit instead of, I don't know, risking 3% and wanting to target a 1 to 20 risk reward. Then you can, of course, look for a long-term vision. Say, okay, I want to get paid by every single one of my funded accounts. I want to start having some consistent payouts, become a consistent trader. I'm going to just target a 1, 2, 3 after having a 3% profit. Then I'm going to withdraw this profit from this specific account and moving on with my next funded accounts. That's at least what I think like every trader that approaches prop firms should understand. And very important to mention, if you get to the point where you realize, you reflect on yourself and you say, hey, I'm ready, I'm prepared, I've proven to myself that I'm consistent in the markets, I have a good edge, and I know I can start making some profit because I have data, I've put on the work, and I have a lot of sample sizes that proves I'm profitable, and I've actually tested in demo accounts and whatever. In my opinion, just go for a prop firm. I'm not telling you guys anything. I'm just saying what I think. And personally, I believe that prop firms are the best thing that happened to traders. You guys need to understand that before, traders, for example, in the 90s, they didn't have this opportunity. They had to scale their own capital. So, for example, if we're living with small capital and don't have too much to invest in our personal accounts, imagine traders in the 90s that had to scale from $100, $1,000, $10,000. Now we have the opportunity with a very small amount, make a lot by getting funded. And for example, for you guys to see, right now I'm actually trading with different prop firms. I'm currently actually trading with a very good prop firm, which is Blueberry Funded. I wanted to show you guys real quick this. This is actually a quick shout out to them. I'm working with them right now. I'm super happy to bring you guys this quick sponsor. It's Blueberry Funded. They have very good reviews. The trading condition is super good, and it's broker backed. Almost no prop firm out there it's broker backed, and this of course gives Blueberry Funded way more trust and way more confidence for you guys to of course invest on them. Because at the end, if you go for random prop firms that are offering cheap challenges, then you don't have kind of like any backup that proves that they are actually legit. In this case, they're actually backed by one of the biggest brokers out there, which is Blueberry Markets. You guys can search it up. It's super good, super big, and I'm super happy of bringing you guys this sponsor real quick because, as I said, I think prop firms are the best thing for us traders. I'm currently trading with them. You guys can see I currently have 250K challenges with them. This is one of my main goals right now, to get funded. But then let's see if I'm able to pass these 2 accounts. I'm currently in drawdown, but we'll see what happens. And actually, quick good thing for you guys, if you actually want to take or get any challenge with them, they gave me an exclusive discount for my community, which is this one here, Rosal Trading, that if you click here, apply, you're gonna get 20% off on any single one of these challenges. Doesn't matter the size. For example, let's do it with a 200K challenge. If you also click here and you write Rosal Trading, you're also gonna get a 20% off. So you don't need to buy any one of this challenge for full price. You can get it with a good discount. And going back to the main idea of this video and a quick summary of what I just said, if you guys are actually thinking in going for a prop firm It's extremely important for you guys have first understand that we need data, we need big sample sizes to make great results in the markets. So become a data-driven person, start building your edge based on data and not based on what you're seeing in the live markets every single one of your days. Just start building your edge, start journaling, start taking every single trade that matches your plan, and after taking it, it doesn't matter if it's TP, stop loss, break even, whatever, journal it and evaluate your results over the long run. That's first of all. So build a backtesting data that has profitable data, profitable results, and profitable metrics. Doesn't matter that if you have 1,000 trades and you don't have profitable data on those 1,000 trades, then you should go back and test again. You need to actually have an edge and profitable data on your backtesting sessions. And second and most important one, in my opinion, just start with the demo account instead of just jumping immediately into a live account. Build your consistency on a demo. Don't risk your money that fast. Just start trading demos, start building and proving to yourself that you can make profit on a demo. And of course, experiencing real market conditions. Of course, your emotions are not going to be the same by trading demo than trading, for example, real money. But at least you're going to be experiencing things like swaps, fees, commissions, spread. And of course, some emotions are going to get into it because at the end, you want to prove to yourself that you are profitable, that you know what you're doing. And there's always going to be some kind of emotion involved. So whenever you master both, you start seeing some consistent results on your demo and your backtesting data, it's profitable, then in my opinion, you're ready to jump into a prop firm. So that was all for this video, guys. If you like it, make sure to subscribe to my channel and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.